Reaperman here, and I've been looking for ways to further improve my little Dodge Racer game. I've been looking into some of the demos that came on the Turbo Basic disc here with the player missile move and this magic up here, and they're all way beyond me. But what's not way beyond me is here in the documentation. I've noticed they've got this procedure end procedure. And I really kind of like this kind of subroutine call mechanism here because it doesn't go by line number, it goes by name, and I am really prone to having to move things around. So up here it looks like you can call the procedure before the procedure has hi cat. Cat, you're in front of the camera. Yes, yes, hello. So you can call the procedure up here, and then it goes down and it finds the name. So execute too hard, it goes down, finds procedure too hard, executes it, gets to an end procedure, and then comes back up. Easy. So what I've been wanting to do here is some changes to my code where I take all of the drawing for the level, which is kind of down here in this section, and I move it out to its own procedure at the end here. So what I'm going to need, first off, I shouldn't have this be 0 because I'm going to want to put a whole raft of stuff before it. So I need that to be 45, right before 50. None of the current go-tos are going to come back this far. They're all going to come back to, yeah, it looks like 100. Is the restart one down here. So we will add, we'll start this one at 2000, and we will call it procedure. Oops, capitalize. Track 1. Get that right? Procedure, track 1. And then at 2500, we'll do an end proc. Are they 2 words or 1 word? They are 1 word. This is the absolute first time I'm trying this thing, so we'll go 2010 space. That line number and system there may change. Actually, I probably want to have this down there, and then at 2000 I probably want to have one of these double lines. According to this documentation over here, this will put a barrier of 30 dashes across, and I rather like that. 2005. We'll put in rem draw track 1. Now I'm also going to have to think of clever names for these tracks. Another thing I thought about doing is having the different detail levels, the low detail level where it just draws in the track, and then the high detail level where it puts in a bunch of extra scenery. If people have selected the high detail level, and I'm going to have to redraw the screen anyway, which is what it appears I'm going to have to do. I think I'm going to give them a different set of scenery every time, you know, different placements on the trees and whatnot, just to change it up a bit. But that means that I'm going to have to do a lot more art than I had intended to. I don't know if I'm going to put quite all that on camera, but I've got a little something for later on where I've found a website that I'm going to try to draw these tracks out. So jumping up into here, we've got line 100, and I think what's going to happen is, for right now, we're going to call you 101. That's totally unnecessary, but we're going to call it EXEC draw track 1. Oh, I can't have spaces in this, can I? Procedure too hard. No. Okay, so I'm going to have it be draw TR1, because I'm not sure if there's a character limit on this. There may... No, that's 10. So I'm going to call it draw track 1. Oh, wait. Why am I doing it up in the RAM? Okay, procedure is just track _1. Execute. And at some point I'm going to have a menu to let them select tracks and select courses and all that stuff. But until then, we are going to take this whole section there. Go to 400. See, this has a very high chance of not working on the first try, I'm noticing. Oh, jeez. Alright, so now I've got this stuff up here. What goes to 300? Something must go to 300, right? Because it falls down here. Graphics mode 7, it sets C and V, X and Y. It sets those to the same thing. Okay, X and Y are the X and Y position of the player, and C and V must be the old position of the player, and I use that when it's time to redraw black over where the player has been. Okay, so this is color 1, plot 3, 70, draw, okay. Okay, so it's drawing orange lines, drawing orange lines, drawing orange lines, drawing. Okay, that's color 2. So it's painting, turning off sound. All right. Does this poke 752.1? Prints. The question mark is a shorthand for print. G $, which is the high score. And then it prints J. What did I stuff into J score? Oh, okay. Okay, go to 400. So it jumps down to 400. P equals trigger if okay. For right now, I think I'm going to just have that block of 100 or 101 to 250, the one that I've already copied, and I'm honestly not confident enough to completely remove that yet. Whoops. Yes, I am not brave. And I don't think I want that go-to down in the exec, actually. The reason is I'm not sure how that plays with the procedure. Alright, so it executes the procedure track number 1, which jumps down to procedure track number 1. So this will be 2101, 2150, 2200, 2250, and then I pull this go to off and the procedure, and then I should jump back up underneath here and then go to 400. Oh, I don't think I've screwed anything up there. Okay, this is my first step here. So let's try this out in the Atari. Screensaver off. Oops. Paste. Okay, this is going to get a little annoying here. Let me turn the volume down a bit. So there's actually got to be a better way for me to put stuff in here. I've noticed there's a way in Altera for me to mount a folder as a disk, which I've actually done up here at this V-disk, and this Dodge Racer.bas that somehow I managed to save out earlier on can go into this and be read. However, for whatever reason, I can't save to disk, even though I mounted it as disk 2. I can't simply save the program as disk 2, and that's unfortunate. What's also unfortunate is it seems to use some character encoding in here that is not compatible with modern machines. Although oddly the variables, the character strings that it spits out do seem to work. Alright, so we've just ended the procedure. Boop. Just make sure it's all there. I really also want to see if that big line, yes. So 2 dashes does do 30 dashes across. That's quite nice for breaking things up. Then I've got a draw track 1. I can tart that up a little bit for the next paste. Or heck, I can just paste this in there now. Control C. Ah. Whoops. Well, Reaperman here again. It seems that I kind of dorked up my last live stream. When I went to undo a character, I hit Control Z, which is also my shortcut for stopping the live stream. So I've actually been sitting here in my room talking to myself for the last hour or so. Don't worry, you didn't miss too much. I figured out some poke stuff and tested out the application. Actually, let's have a look at it here. List. So see down here at the bottom, we do indeed have the subroutine and the line I messed up, and Control Z to stop the whole thing. And it does indeed run pretty well. And it just runs exactly as always, which is what we would expect because I haven't really changed the code. I've just kind of called the procedure farther down. I've rearranged how it does business. And I think I'm about done testing this thing, you know, mostly because I spent an extended period testing it before. But there is one other thing I do want to show off. And that's the other half of the stream that got cut off was partially working with sprites. So what I've done is I've gone over to this site Piskel here, whatever that is, and I spent time painstakingly recreating the track pixel by pixel. It looks like the resolution I chose was graphics mode 7, which is 160 by 96. However, part of this 96 appears to be cut off by the bottom. And it looks like the reason why I went with graphics mode 7 versus graphics mode 15, they're both 4-color graphics modes. But I think this 192 would have made the pixel half the height vertically or so, and it would have looked funny as it changed direction from moving left, right to up, down. It still does look kind of funny because the pixels in this are nowhere near square, but it looks a lot better. Also, it seems like speed changes a little bit subtly when you go from moving side to side to up to down, but that's just a square pixel problem. So square pixels are also in effect over here, and this is just kind of a concept that I've drawn out for myself to kind of get a layout going. And I've switched the track from orange to dark green, And the reason I've done that is I've only actually got 4 colors to play with here, really only 3, because the track is black, and I do a check to see if a random XY coordinate is black, and if it is, I place a dot there. So anything else that I make black is going to have that problem of kind of filling in as the race goes on. So this little happy little stream running down here with some trees off to the side is one of my ideas for a track. And then I kind of want to have a little randomizer in there that picks a random number and allows people to switch between this and my other ideas. Like I got this one with a little house and a little swimming pool and you know, a little pool floaty down there. And then let's see here. Let's go back to my gallery. Whoops. There's actually just one thing that bugs me, and that's the grandstand down here. I would really like the grandstand. Oh, it does not remember my colors. Good to know on this. Oh, it just remembered my color. The grandstand looks a lot more convincing if I grab the right color, actually. If I take out that 1 pixel down here. So we have the good seats that people pay extra money to sit in the sun, and we've got the bad seats where people are pay less money and they're nice and covered up here, you know, just like real life. And we will save this guy. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to do just some minor programming hoops to jump through for like this one down here to adjust the color it looks for from orange to dark green. And the dark green isn't working as well as I had hoped on the bridge, so I've got some more thinking to do on this. I also really wish I could just get 1 extra color in here. But I suppose that's been the complaint forever on this kind of machine. If I could have just 1 extra color, I could keep some contrast in the track, for example, or heck, I could add some hints of grass out here in the outside. Oh, that'd be nice. I could put a border around the stream, kind of a little Rocky Brook kind of thing. I could even put in maybe a small dam, creating the pond. Just all kinds of ideas there. But the gist of it is I'm going to start by drawing this, and then I'm going to switch over to all of these other ideas kind of as the randomly. So as the player starts a new game, he's going to either get this one or get this one in the high graphics mode. And I do kind of like that idea a lot. I've just got to sort out the colors. I think the next thing that I'm going to do with this program is I'm actually going to put in the variable and the ifs for sorting the low graphics from the high graphics, and I'm going to put in maybe not all of this, well, definitely not all of this, but maybe I'll put in a tree or two to indicate between. I also noticed in the code down here, I was talking earlier in the video about line 300 and how nothing seems to point there. Well, what this does is this actually, line 300 is actually where level 2 is hidden. So down here in the 900s, there's an if. Actually, it's up here in 900. If P, which I believe is the score, P is for points. So if points are more than 1,000, then it does all this stuff in front of the end if, which is graphics mode 7, and then it's drawing in a whole level, and then it goes to 300 where I had some extra room to draw in more level stuff, and then it just naturally drops to 3. Well, actually, this was all 300, so it naturally drops down here. finishes painting and then naturally drops down to 400. Because I was wondering why this thing skipped all the way down to 400 when nothing seemed to point up here at these. But it turns out that's where I hit the second level. And it's actually really tempting for me right now to get rid of the second level, but I'll probably do that in a later episode here. So just wanted to put some closure on that last stream. So I guess I'm going to sign off now.